I don't care if your motivation is just anime titties all day. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome back to TDD. I'm your interim host, the oldest ninja in the world, old ninja. And on my far left, your boy Blue.
When you feel stupid, it's because you just became smarter.
Okay. And on my left, choking people out, spinning on the ones and twos, our engineering guru, Cronus.
My foot got yayed, y'all. It got yayed.
Dang.
You sure the fuck did.
I
think it.
Prodigy, as you know, once again is running from the food police. This time, I think from Elon Musk. I think he stole something from him, so we'll see about that. And then Stitch is brooding on top of a statue, especially because Gotham Knights came out, so he's extra brooding. Just saying, but we
he
back
playing
up in
Gotham Knights?
Hmm?
Is he playing
I'm
Gotham
not.
Knights?
I don't think so. I don't think he has time.
Okay.
To be honest.
I started playing it today. Actually, party yesterday and today is. Well, I'll say my thoughts a little bit later.
All right, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So, Cronus, I know you're still sitting in, but do you have some statistics, some stats?
I do. First in the chat would be my lovely oldest daughter. What's going on? Literally, fam. And listen of the week would be our boy Steve, who we had a lot of fun with for his bachelor party weekend, which we got some stories. We had we had Ultra Instinct Blue come out a couple days ago.
Oh yeah.
And I had
damn.
Yeah.
Almost got caught up in a. We'll talk about it later.
Hold on. Are you telling me Blue went Super Saiyan again?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh man.
All
okay,
I do.
All right. So I'm gonna hit y'all with a little bit of that urban multi-nuts, brown, never frothy. We're gonna hit you with some of this. Hit you with the green bottle of Mickey's. With our dearly departed Leslie Jordan. He was an American actor, comedian, writer, and singer who appeared on a lot of TV. Like he's on shows Hearts of Fire, Will and Grace, for which he won a Daytime Emmy for. The Cool Kids, Call Me Cat, and he appeared on several episodes of American Horror Story. He was also on the. He was a panelist on the Masked Singer. He was on there twice, and he performed on the show. He also released a gospel album called "Company's Coming" in 2021. Also in 2021, he received, I believe this is pronounced a Gallica, Galeca. It is the Society of the LGBTQ Entertainment Critics Timeless Star Award.
That's a long
initialism. Yes,
acronym.
But they call it the Gallica, which does not stand for what. So I don't know what this actually stands for. I can. Oh, the Dorian Awards. Yeah. Anyway,
you said what it was.
No, I said what. I said who it is presented by. Not what it stands for.
Yeah, it's the Gay and Lesbian Entertainment Critic Association.
Oh,
okay.
That's long.
It's just long. During the pandemic, he became, as they say, Instagram famous due to his comedy post. He gained 5.4 million followers due to his comedy shorts that he did on Instagram. He died in a car accident this past Monday, October 24th, while on the way to film his scenes for the show Call Me Kate. He was 67. So
that's sad.
It's highly unfortunate. Yes.
Was he in Poltergeist?
I mean, unless he was drunk driving, then then it's not sad. Was it just an accident? Like who wasn't like.
So I don't know any of the details. There are rumors that he might have had a heart attack behind the wheel.
That would suck.
So that's even more sad. But he hit. I mean, nobody else was hurt, but it was just him. There's actually pictures from the scene. He hit a lamppost, like an old LA lamppost, and then went into a fence. He was pronounced dead at the scene. So that's unfortunate. R.I.P. to him.
We could also.
Yeah, he was on Star Trek.
He's in a lot of small bits, but he's only 4'11". He wasn't even 5 feet tall.
Well, so the last RP?
Yes.
No, it's not. Ye's career is officially over.
Oh,
yeah. RP Ye's career. I'm calling it. He's fucking done. I'm putting a fork in it. It's done.
Yeah, I don't know how he can come back from this shit show he's been on. But it's kind of deserved. He's been saying some super racist shit, and when people's like, "Are you sure you don't be saying that?" He's like, "Motherfucker, yes. Double down."
Also, yeah. Also, let me double down. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I know it's racist. I've been through racist shit. It's. I was like, "Oh wow, he's really gone there."
He literally said a week ago, "I can say anti-Semitic shit, and Adidas won't drop me." He said it twice, and a week later, Adidas dropped him.
Yeah. It took a while though.
It took a week. I mean,
yeah. I mean, they had to get the paperwork done and an agreement. I'm sure.
Well, yeah, I think at a certain point I think they got kind of nervous because I don't know if y'all knew this. I didn't know this until this week, but apparently Adidas is a German company, and the two founders were in the Nazi Party. So that'd be super bad if you had a guy that was anti-Semitic and your founders were in the Nazi Party. So, but
So and I'm a huge Adidas fan too. Like most of my sports attire and shoes and stuff are Adidas. So
same.
I was almost on the outs, but luckily they dropped this fool. I can keep my shoes.
Did you hear he showed up to the headquarters of Skechers?
And he got kicked the fuck out.
Yeah, I saw that.
He had to be escorted out. They're like, he showed up unannounced, no appointment, no nothing, and demanded to speak to people in charge, pretty much.
Who were also?
I guess he had an entourage with them, and they're like, "Nope, you got to go."
Which Bye-bye. Is also another Jewish-owned company.
Mm-hmm. Is it really?
Yeah, the father and son. The father and son. The father is the president, and the son is CEO or something like that.
Yeah,
they're co-CEOs, but yeah, and they've been around for a while. So
I mean, he's gonna go down to Payless and try to kick his shoes there. He's gonna make some XJ3000 Yee editions.
He's super so with the Adidas dropping him alone, and the other various companies, he got dropped by his record label, he got dropped by his managers, he got dropped by a bunch of people. He went from Forbes had him at $2 billion of net worth. He dropped to $400 million in the span of a week.
Shit.
That's a lot of money. That hurts the soul if you have a soul. That's a lot of fucking money.
A lot of money.
Yeah, and honestly, he did it to himself. I mean, people were trying to warn him, hey man, maybe don't say that or put it a different way, or is that what you really mean? He's like, no, this is what I mean. Also, fuck all of them. I'm just like, all right. Everybody's trying to tell him for a reason. People aren't going to like that, and he didn't see the consequences. He thought that he was a quote unquote genius, which he's not. He's good at making music, or he was. But you saying all this shit, doesn't mean anything when you offend, legit offend. This isn't some woke movement. This is, you're going after a whole group of people. And you reap what you sow. I can't even say unfortunately, because that was some real grimy shit.
Well, it's kind of funny because he referred to himself as Jesus or Yeezus or where the fuck. And he even had his Sunday service I guess albums or concerts he was doing. But wasn't Jesus a Jew?
He was.
Yes,
Jewish.
He was.
And Ye also considers himself he considers himself quote unquote a Jew, but not Jewish. Which I'm like, okay,
how does that work?
I don't like using the term a Jew because to me it sounds fucking weird. It sounds sort of racist calling somebody a Jew. I try to say Jewish. Every now and again I'll slip and say a Jew, but it doesn't. When it comes out of my mouth, it doesn't sound right. And I'm not really fucking sure why, but it just doesn't sound right. But anyway, he's saying that all black people are Jews, which no, we're not. We're not. So even if you want to try the biblical sense, then you're just going into a book of things that are kind of questionable. I will go by the DNA, and I can tell you right now, I am 100% not Jewish because I took a fucking DNA test, and Jewish was nowhere on my fucking lineage. So, if you want to say all people came from Africa, that'd be, there's some relevancy there because, we all share a common ancestor, but after people left Africa, you have different genealogies and different, you have different paths. And if you didn't go on the, if your ancestors were not in that certain region where Jewish people, were, growing up and, evolving from, then you don't have a real claim to saying that you're a quote unquote Jew. And 100% if you don't fucking actually practice a Jewish faith. So unless you're going to synagogues and shit, you can't really claim any of that, because being Jewish is kind of weird because it's an ethnicity, but it's also a religion. But if you're literally neither of those, either by genealogy or by faith, then what the fuck are you talking about?
No idea.
Yeah, there's other companies that are dropping as well, like Def Jam Records. They dropped them, which is like they said like he's completed his record deals with them, and so they're cutting ties. I think like Spotify or no,
Peloton dropped him.
Foot Locker.
Oh
yeah, Peloton dropped him, but Foot Locker dropped him too. They took all of his all of his clothesline and all of his shoes off both their website and from their stores. So you won't be able to find his stuff anywhere in a bit. But yeah, his if he was a stock market, his shit is plummeting, like literally.
I just want to point out one thing though. People were talking about how when Kanye said slavery was a choice, nobody dropped him, versus what he said now. And I guess people don't understand there's a distinctness between having an opinion, because saying that slavery is a choice is his opinion, versus outright hate speech where you're actually verbally attacking a race, creed, or religion, is what he was doing. So they're not the same caliber. Everyone can have an opinion, but outright hate speech is sometimes illegal depending on your state or where you work. Sometimes it's not really protected, but some people don't get it.
Was it over the weekend we were talking about that whole like I think I read something about like what his whole speech about how like slavery was a choice, where like no, I think there's something you guys posted something in the chat where like somebody went more into details about how like, oh yeah, if you were a slave, you could have fought for fought for your freedom and died, like how people jumped off the boat and stuff like that. I was like, that's not how that shit worked. Like you would fucking either be tortured and pet back to the field, or your family would be tortured and you could still be pet back in the field. Like death was the super easy way out. Well, like they don't understand.
There's also, so when people say, when he said slavery was a choice and nobody dropped him. Okay, so this is something that I want people to really remember, is that he said that, but he also didn't go on like 55 million fucking podcasts and keep repeating it. Like he said it once, and I'm pretty sure somebody told him shut the fuck up, and he shut the fuck up. Because I don't remember him repeating that over and over again. He was wrong, 100%, but I didn't see him going on a bunch of podcasts and on primetime news and keep repeating the same ignorant bullshit. But this time, I'm pretty sure back then he had handlers that he was listening to, but this time he's just off the chain. So, yeah.
I mean, he's literally attacking ethnicity and or / religion, versus slavery.
He's also being sued by I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, that he's being sued by the family of the guy that got choked by the police officer, George Floyd's family, for the comment that he said. Yeah,
and Candace Owens
definitely have to come after her.
Candace Owens said she's gonna sue the Floyd family. I'm just like, okay, on what chart? Like, what? How could you possibly sue the Floyd? You can't do that. I mean, you
haven't done anything. Like,
but I think she's Is she countersuing or?
I don't know what ground she would countersue, but I mean, just they should probably take note of what Alex Jones did and just shut the fuck up. So. I mean, we're in a day and age where people are getting held accountable.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some people, not everybody. Some people are getting held accountable, especially for shit like this.
I know that I didn't know that Candace Owen had a documentary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw a trailer for it.
I didn't know that. I didn't know, but she was like, her and Kanye had some back and forth.
It's Ye.
Whatever. Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Just like Ezra Miller lost his privileges to his pronouns, Kanye Ye is now Kanye again.
Oh,
So
you're dead naming him. People are gonna get mad.
people are already mad.
Yeah,
People already support him for saying slavery was a choice and that he was right. I'm like,
it was definitely not right because it.
So him and Candace Owen, and she says the biggest lie was BLM and the media, and like you gotta watch her documentary, and I guess a bunch of platforms like took her documentary off. I mean, I guess you can buy it, but I don't know who's selling it now because I'm pretty sure a lot of places are not selling her documentary. So she's trying to sue those people.
Yeah,
So
you can't sue somebody to carry your shit. That's stupid.
So I think she's trying to sue for breach of contract.
Very stupid.
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, because there's things in your contract that say you can't do certain things. Anyway, I think that on a certain level, when it comes to like BLM, I think you need to separate the actual organization that took in money from the actual like movement. If you can't do that, then we can't really have like a conversation. But if you can, then we can say that the movement was going the correct direction. The organization has some shady shit going on, and that's and that's documented. But we can separate those two things. I mean, as rational people, right? So
I'm sorry. Sorry, go ahead.
Like, I don't see how, why you can't do that at all. It's kind of weird. It's like there's been plenty of organizations like take Mahatma Gandhi. Mm-hmm. He started the nonviolent movement, which Martin Luther King Jr. Really married with the civil rights movement. But Mahatma Gandhi also was super racist when he was younger. So, but what he did, like his movement that he started, did a lot for some good, for a lot of people. He did a lot of good, and he changed his ways. And I think if we look at I think we can separate his previous racist ass views from like what he did for humanity as a whole. So.
And then there's also like only thing I could think of is Schindler's List. Like here he was like torturing a bunch of Jews, but then he turned around and like freed some of them. I'm only remembering the movie. I don't remember the full story, but like like some people got shitty paths. Like even like people who you think are doing good, they're actually not. Like the money that they say they're investing isn't really going to stuff. It's all just like kind of a front, but so it's once money gets involved, that's when things can start getting kind of twisted with organizations, to be honest.
And I believe Mahatma Gandhi went back and walked back what he thought of when he was younger, because he traveled actually a lot of because he went to England. I'm sorry, he went to England and I think North Africa or whatnot. He went to a bunch of places. He gained knowledge and went back and said, "Hey, I was a little wrong on this, but so I'm gonna, course correct and try to incorporate stuff that I learned." But still, it's a lot of craziness. The hell?
Yeah. So yeah, I think we need to limit how much we're gonna talk about Ye this week. He's just digging a hole. There's like, if you want to watch more about his views and somebody like pushing back where he's not acting like a child and going la 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 la. He literally did that in a bunch of interviews like a fucking baby.
Are you serious?
Yes.
How much money do you make? You don't make more money than me, then you can't talk to me. It's
now
like, what the fuck
they do. I think they do now.
Yeah.
Anyway, Lex Friedman had a really good podcast with Ye, and where
Kanye.
Yeah, where he pushed back on him, and he just let him kind of flip the fuck out and not like storm off the interview, but he pushed back on him and kind of mentally ninja'd him a bunch of times. And I think I couldn't watch the whole interview because like shit that he was saying was terrible, and I'm actually really surprised that I'm not surprised. Lex Friedman is a really rational dude. And he's also a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but he literally could have just got up and just fucking choked Kanye out, because Lex Friedman he's a Russian guy, but he's Jewish, and he was still saying anti-Semitic shit to Lex Friedman. It's just like you can
To his
literally kill
face?
this guy. Yeah, to his face, and then he was trying to like walk him down. Like, hey, instead of saying Jewish people as a whole, like name the individuals. Like, who are you talking about? Name them. He's like, why don't you have the power? Like, you have all this power, just name them. And Kanye is kind of like, I'll just say he's kind of cowardly. I mean, because he didn't, from what I saw from the interviews, he doesn't actually name the people that he had a problem with. Like, just name them. Like, what's the issue? If you think you have all this power and all these Jewish people are fucking you over, then name them. Like, just let the people know.
Yeah.
Well,
and if he comes out of whatever manic thing he's in, because he came out and said he was bipolar and stuff like that. It's like, dude, it's too fucking late. Like, you can't use that excuse over and over again. Like, it's sad because I know he has mental health issue, but it's like, I don't know, man. Like, he needs people to tell him like, hey, you need to chill, take your meds, get back to doing your thing. I saw one tweet that somebody said that somebody needs to wire Kanye's mouth shut again. Or wire Kanye's jaw shut. That's what it was.
God dang.
Have him spit back through the wire. So that song was so good too. God.
He made a lot of good songs up until 808s and Heartbreaks for me. I keep saying it. That's where it started going downhill. And I think I'm gonna stop talking about it. Let's
switch to something else.
Yeah, because we've already spent almost like 20 minutes on Ye.
Yeah, but I mean, Ye did a lot, or Kanye did a lot in the last like week. So we
should call him Kano instead of Kanye. Kabu.
I don't know. I heard a little bits and pieces about it when I was at work, but apparently there's another mass school shooting. This happened in St. Louis. Is this y'all hear about this?
It was in St. Louis, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, and like one of the teachers saved a kid's life by being a human shield, unfortunately. But yeah.
God damn. So, do y'all know details about this situation? Because I guess this made national news, apparently.
Yeah, I think it was Prodigy that had more information than I did. I was dealing with other issues. I'll talk about later.
All right. So we do know that there's a mass shooting. I don't know the exact numbers of people that were killed.
God damn.
I think it was 2.
I thought it was 8.
Was it? Oh, maybe I'm thinking of somewhere else. All right.
No. Okay, gunman kills 2. Maybe injured 8.
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says that the suspect. I'm not going to say his name. I don't know why they have his name on here, but police said that he was armed with an AK-15 style rifle.
No, hold on.
And had more.
It can't be an AK-15. That doesn't exist.
Sorry, AR-15.
There we go. Okay.
Sorry, AR-15 style rifle and more than 600 rounds of ammunition when he forced entry into the building. Died during an exchange of gunfire, according to St. Louis Police Commissioner Mike Sack.
That's a lot of fucking ammo. Like that's a lot of ammo to carry.
Wait, sorry, I didn't mean.
Why are you laughing?
I didn't mean to laugh, but the police commissioner's name is Mike Sack. Mike Sack.
What if his name was? See, now you're gonna make a joke. What if his name was Richard Sack? Because then his name
was just Big Dick Sack. That's all bad.
So I had to do it because of Blue. Thank you for the tragedy, and you're here making jokes.
Man.
I mean, at least his last name's not Cockburn, so
yeah.
There's that.
So
he was 19 years old.
I don't know how the fuck he was carrying 600. That's a lot of fucking. That'd be
a lot of rounds.
Yeah.
Did he have a drum? He had to have a drum.
No, a drum can't fucking. That'd be like a goddamn minigun drum, bruh. That's a lot of ammo. I've carried like. What's the most amount of rounds that I've carried on my body? Maybe like 90 to 120.
Maybe he had like
that's a lot.
Maybe he had like a little like a little setup where he could go back, reload, but then that leaves it open for someone to take his ammo. So
well, he said he had it on him, so he had to carry. I mean, that's like
it said he had it on him when he entered the building.
That's a lot of weight. Like
a lot of weight. Yeah, because
maybe this might be a typo. Maybe it's like 60 rounds or something.
I'm looking at 600 as well. It says 600 rounds.
I got it.
He had to have like,
here.
He probably had like 2 drums.
No, because you can't
fit
that in
one
a
in
drum.
the backpack, one.
No,
one already.
You can't fit 300 rounds in a drum. The
No,
drum
no,
would be gigantic.
I'm saying 2 drums.
No,
So
that's 300 rounds in each drum.
Like,
I'm doing the math in my head. There's 300 rounds in each drum. There's nothing that holds 300 rounds of 5.56, like that I know of.
I mean,
it's just like you would have to have boxes of ammo on you, like literal. It's a lot.
I know. I mean, one little can of ammo, I'm like, oh, this is heavier than I anticipated. And carrying it on your back, you ain't running. I mean, you can jog maybe, but you ain't sprinting. Maybe you.
Yeah, how the fuck would you carry 600 rounds? That's a fucking lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's heavy too.
That's got to be this has to be there's probably one news organization posted it, and then all these other news organizations are just using that same information. Because I typed in RR-15 rifle 600,
Yeah.
and there's like 15 news thingies that have that in their article.
So it looks like it says he had more than a dozen high capacity magazines. So he had a bunch of extended mags.
Yeah, so no, a 30 round mag. So it's approximately 7 pounds for 30 rounds. Like
that's a lot.
I don't see how a normal person could carry that much weight. I mean,
well, you said 7 pounds for 30
rounds.
So
multiply that out.
Yeah, so 7 times, what was it? It's 30, so
30. 200?
20.
Yeah, that's too much fucking weight.
That's a lot. I mean, the only way I can see you carrying that is a backpack. You put 350 on your back and just switch out mags as you're going. That's still pretty heavy.
Well, sorry. Okay, so I mean, it's kind of doable. It's 140 pounds worth of. I don't think that's even including. It depends on what he carried it in, but that's like 140 pounds worth of ammo. Like that's not including anything else. Like most people can't carry 140 pounds easily. So
unless it's on, like I said, if it's on your back in a backpack.
That 140 pounds on your back is a lot of weight.
It is hella fucking weight.
I know.
It would rip the backpack.
So the shooter was 19. So
I'm saying I don't think that they're reporting that right. I think 600 rounds on his person does not. That sounds super. Don't get me wrong. This is a tragedy, but 600 rounds on a person is super fucking sketchy sounding. Like unless he was like that dude from what was that? On Metal Gear Solid, like the first one, Vulcan Raven. You ever seen that guy with like a big ass minigun and shit? He had like a literal canister on his fucking back.
God dang.
Oh yeah.
One of those things. Yeah, that's
one of those maybe. But that's like.
See, it's not saying he had it on his person. It just said he had it.
No, they have pictures of it on Twitter. So they must have counted. Wait, no. Because they're in the pictures. There's
Are they the ammo? Is it the ammo holders?
Yeah, they show the clips. So he had 1, 2, 3,
magazines?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 magazines on them.
8 magazines on him.
Capacity.
And he had a bag.
I mean, it depends on what you mean by high capacity.
So I'm interpreting high capacity just meaning extra rounds versus like high caliber bullets.
No, it's okay. So you're incorrect. So, if it's 8 magazines, like normal size magazines, if they look normal, that's 240 rounds. That's doable. It's still fucking heavy, but that's doable. But it's still like
so. Each one of these magazines carry 30 bullets.
Yeah, 30 rounds. That's 240.
That's a regular. So
definitely not 600.
Yeah,
it's definitely not.
Strange.
That's still a lot, though. That's still a lot of ammunition to have on your person, as they say.
And he had a vest on.
That's all bad.
That 600 is way too.
See, this report says he had more than a dozen. He had more than a dozen high capacity magazines. It doesn't say on his person. It just said that he had it.
Okay, yeah, he probably didn't. Like I said, just having that many on you, like I don't even see how you would possibly. I don't know why you would have all that on you. I mean, obviously, I don't know why you would shoot up a bunch of kids either.
Cool.
But Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense unless it was he would have to have like a literal fucking wheelbarrow. You know what I mean? Like run that bitch around.
He had a radio flyer, just roll that bitch
Yeah.
in there. That's fucked up. So
That's
oh.
well, and this is why the NRA and people like that they nitpick shit like this because they talk about how the media doesn't know what they're talking about when it comes to firearms, and it's like yes, but he also killed 2 kids, so like can we ignore this?
And regardless, he had multiple magazines on him, whether it's 4, 5, or 12. That's one too many. That's 12 too many.
So I just posted a link to the Twitter in our group chat if you want to check it out and see what it looked like.
Sure. Yeah,
what it be like.
Honestly, I'm leaning more and more towards. How did it say? Like, how did he get these firearms? Did he get them legally? Because this is what it's coming down to more and more now is that a lot of these mass shooters are getting these firearms legally, and this is where they're losing me now. Because I'm a pro gun guy, but they're losing now because we've had a bunch of mass shooters that are legally buying firearms, and if you legally bought a firearm and you go and murder a bunch of people, you're losing the argument. You can't sit there and keep saying that, I need to, keep my gun rights and we need to keep the gun laws the way they are when legally you can have somebody buy a gun and then go and kill a bunch of kids. And they're your people. Like you keep saying that these are rights that need to be protected and they're trying to take away our rights. But if your rights are including mass murderers getting away with buying legal firearms and then killing a bunch of kids, you don't think we should maybe change the laws? I mean, we should change the laws. I'm not saying maybe anymore. We need to change the fucking laws so this stops happening. It's I think there's a threshold that I think most rational people will hit. I've hit mine a long time ago as far as when it comes to mass shooting, especially killing kids. And it's I understand now with people that say, hey, it's the same kind of weapon. They're getting these things legally and they're all using the same kind of shit. And then people want to say, "Oh, what about what about the shootings in Chicago?" Well, I don't give a fuck about the shootings in Chicago, okay? Because we all know the shootings in Chicago and the shootings in like all these other, gang violence or whatever. These are guns that are not legally bought. All right, the legally bought guns. It seems pretty fucking easy to change the laws to at least get some people to not get their hands on these firearms. That seems entirely rational to me. But people get so fucking angry when you talk about that because they want to say like, oh, you're going to come take my gun. Well, I don't know. Are you fucking crazy? Because a lot of these people, they're buying these guns and they're fucking crazy. And they have a history of being fucking crazy. All right? Mm-hmm. And we need to stop doing that shit. So the whole thing about Chicago and these people that are buying illegal firearms, that's something totally different from when you're legally going into a fucking store, giving them your ID. You either pass a background check or there's no background check. You go home with said firearm, and then you buy 300 plus rounds of ammo, and then go shoot up a fucking school full of kids. Where's your defense now, legal gun person? Where's your defense?
Damn. So this
is says that.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that it's reported that he didn't. They don't know how he acquired the guns, or when. So,
okay. Well, I mean, still, there's plenty of other examples in the recent past this year.
Yeah.
That have done that.
You have
what I just talked about.
You have 67 examples in this past year. Apparently, there's been 67 shootings on the school grounds in this year alone.
I mean, Jesus Christ, we had a kid this year that was in high school that got psych evaled. He was literally writing down that he wanted to kill people, and his parents saw it, and his fucking parents bought him a gun.
Yeah.
This is America. What the fuck? How do you not see it? That's wrong. If you're on the pro gun side, why are you not just as mad as I would be even? This is why I'm even more mad because I'm a pro gun guy, and I would like to see these people that meet a certain criteria have access to these firearms. And I'm saying this to somebody that I've had mental health issues. All right, I currently don't own firearms. I used to. But if somebody told me today that I can't own firearms because of what happened in my past or whatever, I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not even fucking mad about it. I'm really not because I'm a rational fucking person. Have I ever had any thoughts of going out and hurting other people? No, I haven't. But I fucking get it. But I get why you would want to be hesitant to have somebody like me, even though I have no violence in my past at all. Why you'd be hesitant, especially at this point in time in America. And I don't think that should be considered bad. You know, it's like we should err on the side of caution, shouldn't we? Especially when it comes to kids and shit.
I mean, you would think so, but well, giving the track record of certain states, it's not gonna fall into that. I'm trying to listen and read some of this stuff. So some of this is to me this is kind of a red flag. What I'm reading here from Sergeant Sack. So they're trying to understand how did he get in, right, into the school, because this is a high school. By the way, I don't think we disclosed this. This wasn't kindergarten or like a elementary school, or as what do they call it, grade school.
Mm-hmm.
It's a high school, and apparently when the school is open and classes in session, they lock the doors. So they're trying to figure out how he got in.
I mean, he's got
the red
guns and a bunch.
Yeah, the red flag to me though is the commissioner is saying he doesn't want. He says, and I quote, "I don't want to make this easy for anybody else." End quote. So they saw how he got in, and they don't want to disclose how he did it, so copycats can use the way that he got in.
I mean, let's just be real here, okay? I mean,
yeah, I know what you're gonna say. It's pretty easy when you have a gun to get in if the doors are locked.
I mean, you got windows, you got fucking, you can shoot out door locks, even though that's not a great thing to do unless you have a fucking shotgun. But you know, there's plenty of ways to get into a lot of places if you have a gun. Mm-hmm. So even if you just
did you?
And you can't even say, you know, if you say all the doors are locked, then how the fuck does anybody get in, you know, during school hours? Probably most of the doors are locked, but probably not all the doors are locked. Because
I think probably legally they can't, like fire marshal like rules and stuff like that. Like you can't lock all the doors.
No, so
it's like a safety issue.
Where my daughter goes to school and other schools that I've been to, there's usually like one place where you can get into. It's usually the like through the office, like but that door is always open because you have to be able to have access somewhere to get in, right? Because if you're a parent, you need to fucking get into the school to get your kid. What are you gonna go through a fucking man trap? And also when they talk about you know, doors being all locked, it's usually, I don't know how the campus looked, but unless it was like literally all in one building, then there's usually fences somewhere. You can just fucking hop a fence, and then when you get past the fence, usually they don't lock all the doors to the classrooms, because then how the fuck do you get the kids out to go take a piss or something? You know, it's like.
So yeah, the hallway access, apparently those were locked, I guess.
Yeah.
But the teachers, so what the school had in place, they have a code word on the PA system, and the principal busted out on the intercom. He busted out the code phrase. Their code phrase was "Miles Davis is in the building," and so the teachers instantly they locked the door, because you can only lock. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can only lock from the inside.
Yeah, I mean, like
I don't
doors.
think have. Yeah,
so it looks like the family were getting concerned about his mental health. Like, so he definitely was having mental health issues before this happened.
So, yeah. So
man.
apparently, they had a closed circuit TV system seeing this guy break in or get in or whatever.
Did you see? There was a dad that they posted a video of them like trying to show how unsecure their school is, and the school that the guy basically just walked onto campus just nonchalant. He had like I guess he had like he had his phone, so he was recording everything, but he like blurred out the kids, stuff like that, and like literally he got in hella trouble. But he was trying to show like, yeah, the school isn't secure. Like the school said that every door is locked except for one. There's usually somebody there protecting it. But he said he walked straight on through. Like none of the kids said anything. None of the adults that he walked by said anything. He just nonchalant walked on through without anybody saying anything. And that just kind of shows like how unprepared or how, I don't know, how schools might say they're secure, but it just takes like somebody walking away from their post or somebody just knowing the school to be able to get in.
Hey, I'm looking at some what I consider to be positive here. There was a 4 minute response time. Like officers were on the scene in the building within 4 minutes, unlike what happened in Texas.
This was it Sandy Cook?
No, the Uvalde
Uvalde.
Oh, you. Yeah.
Uvalde. It took them an hour to get in. It took St. Louis cops
No,
4
it didn't
minutes.
take Uvalde police officers or anybody an hour to get in. It took them minutes too. They just went in and just decided to, hey, let's do nothing and listen to kids die for an
Oh,
hour. So
yeah, no. The cops were in and engaged apparently within 4 minutes. So let's see. The call came in at 9:11, and officers found him and engaged at 9:23.
that's what the police are supposed to do.
Yeah, and then
We definitely change.
2 minutes later, officer said suspect down. So apparently the gunman died at the hospital. So damn. So now the kids have to do online schooling now. They have to come in to retrieve their belongings today, actually, because the shooting was a few days ago, and then the rest of the schooling will be online until the school reopens, which may not be until the spring. So there we go.
Yeah. It sucks.
Right.
You know, it's just more shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, where to next, fellas? Should we
Let's go on
get into
something more fucking fun because goddamn that was depressing.
Yeah.
Can we talk about goddamn Chainsaw Man, please? Because
yes.
we can talk about episode 2 because episode 3 just dropped yesterday. Because this, Chainsaw Man Tuesday is a real thing. Just saying.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I caught up. I haven't watched episode 3. I think it dropped yesterday. I haven't had a chance to watch it, but I did watch Bleach, so we can get into that too. The 1,000-Year War, but yeah, man, when you described this show, I still wasn't prepared. Like, holy shit! Because at first I was like, okay, like this guy doesn't have any kind of chainsaws. Like, what the hell? And then he has like his little dog that's like a little chainsaw himself. But then like I understand like, okay, this is how I become Chainsaw Man. But like he is fucking thirsty. He is. But then again, it makes sense because he's like, dude, he has a shitty ass fucking life. Holy shit. His dad died and he like had to take over his debt. It's like, and like the guy who owns his dad's debt is like, hey, look, I know your dad died and all, but if you don't have $70,000 at this time, you're gonna be dead too. It's like he's like 10 years old.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, but then like, yeah, it's fucking funny, but man, like, so he's part of this new organization and stuff, and like he's going out, he's like what is it called when he's doing a ride along with another
with
Demon
the other
Slayer.
guy. I forget his fucking name.
Yeah.
But goddamn.
Yeah. But that guy's thirsty too. But yeah, there's a scene that happens in the alleyway.
Well, we can talk about it because episode 2 was last week. So
yeah.
apparently,
You want to talk about it, man?
Yeah, the way that Denji fights a human male, it's nuts or nothing. That's literally his fucking quote. It's nuts or nothing, bro. This fucking dude, he started messing with Denji, and he basically kicked Denji's ass and talked about how you need to get the fuck out of here because you don't have the right motivations. And Denji took his ass whooping, and then he was like, "Nah, fuck that." As the guy was walking away, and he fucking ran up to him and kicked him right in the fucking nuts, hard as fuck. I think the guy even fucking threw up a little bit of blood.
He did throw up.
And then
he kept kicking him until he puked blood.
Then he was like, "All right, no, that wasn't like he kicked him, and then he went down." And the guy got up and tried to fight some more, and then Denji just started kicking him in the nuts more and more and more. He fell on the ground and kept fucking curb stomping his nuts. I was like, bruh, he would not stop going for this dude's nuts. And he was like, yeah, it's nuts or nothing when I fight. And I was like, God damn. That scene, I had to literally, when he kicked him in the nuts the first time, I had to pause the fucking show, and I was dying laughing. And then he just kept doing it.
Well, like right when he says that it's nuts or nothing, and then the homeboy's walking around, he just square kicked him in his nuts from behind. I was like, oh shit! And then once dude fell, kicked him again.
He kept kicking him.
Kept kicking on him. I was like, God damn! And he did not stop until dude was like coughing up blood and just laying on the ground. That shit was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I was not prepared for that. And then also his motivations, all he wanted to do is fill on some titties. That's his motivations in life, is just fill on some titties.
That's all bad. Even though
but it's kind of
still funny.
It's kind of deserved because, like, I mean, the guy haven't been with a girl ever, like, not even like going on a date or like hugging. So, like, a man got needs, and this guy's got needs. He's gonna do what he can to get them.
Yeah, I'm just saying. At the end of episode 3, his needs, and episode 4, his needs better get fulfilled. I'm just saying. Promises were made, and then on episode 4, if they don't get fulfilled, he deserves to go on a fucking murderous rampage. I'm just saying.
Well, then at the end of episode 2, he meets. Oh no, he's assigned with a new partner, which is a girl. She's got, I guess, like demon powers too, but like she can smell like blood and stuff like that, and she just goes like she just wants to fucking fight, and she jumps off this fucking building and does like. So if you guys remember Dead Man Wonderland, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the first thing that popped in my head. Yeah, she can like blood bend, and so she like she takes her blood and makes like this giant fucking like
hammer,
Harley Quinn sledgehammer. just demolish this fucking demon. That shit was fucking crazy. I'm like, oh shit, this is where it's gonna go.
Her name is Power, and she is a blood demon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Power.
Yeah. And yeah. Oh, there was a part in the show, I forgot to talk about this, where he's with the other guy. This is episode 2. Yeah, so he walks around, even though he's a chainsaw man, he can like literally have chainsaws for his limbs and his head. He talks about how he has blood loss and he passes out afterwards, so he doesn't want to use it all the time. So he walks around with a literal hatchet. And so he's out with this guy with a hatchet, and he has to go kill some demon, and there's some demon, and he just kills him real quick, and with the hatchet, and then the guy that he's with, he's like, what? He's like, you're not gonna make him suffer. He's like, why don't you use your powers? And he's like, oh yeah, I just want to put out his misery quick. I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. And like after the other guy leaves, he goes, it's because I saw these nudie mags on the floor, and my chainsaw powers would have put blood everywhere on the fucking nudie mags. He's like, he just wanted to continue the nudie mags.
And he also told the demon that he killed, like, oh man, because the room that he's in, there's blood all over the place because the demon like killed like their victim or whatever, right? And there's blood everywhere except for the nudie mags. And so the fucking Digi's like, oh, I understand what's going on. Like, I didn't want to get these magazines bloody either. And he's like, I'm gonna take these. And so the guy who the nuts he crushes was Aki is his name.
Yeah.
AKI. And you can Google Denji's nuts and just the YouTube videos that are out. But I want to see, somebody needs to take that song from Boondocks.
Stomping the nuts. Stomping the nuts.
Oh, that'd be great.
Somebody needs to make that on here. I wonder if somebody's done it already.
I could probably do it.
I think what's just as funny is like after he kills the demon and the other dude leaves, he's literally planning out titties. Like he's literally sitting there.
He has a plan.
Yeah, he's all, I need to plan to feel on some titties. And it's all about Mikasa or no, the chick, their handler. He wants to see her titties, and he tries to make a plan to see her titties. And it's hilarious. And I'm just like, literally, there's blood everywhere. You're picking up nudie mads, and you're trying to see basically your boss. You're trying to see your boss's tits. I was like, this is some wild shit.
Hey, you know what's crazy about Chainsaw Man? I feel like the addition to how thirsty Denji is makes the show too fucking good. Because it's already amazing. Like I was expecting like crazy gore and shit like that, which you get in spades. Amazing animation, you get that in spades. But the addition of how much this dude just wants to fill on some titties just makes it like in a class of their own. Like this is like one of the most fun animes I've ever watched, and it's only on episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
And there's there's some good animes already out there like right now. Like for me, honestly, I'd rather watch Chainsaw Man than Attack on Titan at this point. And I love Attack on Titan, but Attack on Titan ain't fucking funny. It's depressing.
So, it is. Holy shit.
I mean, that's true. That do be facts. So, but yeah, Chainsaw Man. It's just that he is driven by titties like no other. Like that's his life goal at this moment.
I saw something somebody said recently saying that if anime was to make if you take the concept that of a show like an anime and you make that like in real life, like make it with real human beings, that show would not fucking fly.
Nope.
like you can have a
Not at
show
all.
with some fucking teenager kicking some other teenager straight in nuts. Like that shit would not fucking fly whatsoever. But yeah, this show is fucking great so far. I need to watch the third episode because it dropped yesterday. But yeah, man, I'm loving the show so far. And you can watch it. It's on Crunchyroll and on Hulu, right?
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
I watched it on Hulu.
I've been watching it on Hulu because like I think Bleach 1000-Year Blood War is only on Hulu.
Yeah, it's only on Hulu.
Yeah, and so when I was looking up Chainsaw Man, so now like when I on Tuesdays when I watch, I watch Chainsaw Man first because I'm of the culture, and then Hulu knows play Bleach right after that. So yeah, and Bleach is also amazing. Like this latest one, well, I'll tell you about it after we're done with talking about Chainsaw Man. But yeah, watch Chainsaw Man.
Dude, so I just watched that scene again where he kicked him in the nuts. And first he needs him. Like that's dude's back turn, he needs him. And then while he's on the ground, he's like, it's nuts or nothing. Wow, nuts or nothing. Ew. You can like 4 fucking times straight in nuts. I'm like, God. And like if you pause it at a certain area, it doesn't look right. It looks like something from like hentai. Like it's like he's getting tentacle. Like expression on Aki's face. God damn. But yeah, man.
His nuts had a bad day.
It's kind of interesting the concept of how he becomes a chainsaw man. Like I don't know, just that bond he has with his dog is kind of cool.
Pochita, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the actual story is actually really. I mean, besides like the the titty motivation, like the actual story is really cool because he has this really cool chainsaw dog named Pochita. And Denji gets brutally fucking murdered by zombies.
Yes.
And Pochita gives up its life to become his heart. And that's how he becomes, he puts himself back together and becomes Chainsaw Man. I don't know if you noticed this, but in episode 1, before he becomes Chainsaw Man, like he actually has an eye patch on because in the beginning he talks about how he sold a bunch of his organs for money. He sold his nuts, he sold a kidney, he sold his eye, he sold like a bunch of stuff for money. And now when he's Chainsaw Man, he gets his organs back apparently.
Yeah, everything comes back.
Oh, he was also his arm was in a sling, wasn't it?
No.
Was it?
I don't think so. No.
His arm wasn't in a sling?
No, maybe because he was killing demons. So
he was, but I could have sworn his arm was in a sling at one point. But yeah, he was wearing an eye patch, and then when he gets merged, he's like whole again.
Yeah.
And
he doesn't.
So what's cool?
He has I'm not vampire teeth.
I'm not sure when the manga came out, but like the cosplayers are no fucking joke because I posted that one video of a guy who has a fucking functioning cosplay Chainsaw Man with the fucking headpiece that actually fucking rotating and his arms are like dude, what the fuck? Like chainsaw or cosplayers make Hollywood look like a fucking joke some of the times, especially when it comes to like your DC shows or like like your TV series. Like how cosplayers really go all out.
Yeah, and it's really cool to like if you're just like if you're a normal person that's listening to this podcast. I mean, why are you normal? But I mean, get into like a Facebook group that's about cosplay, and then see like the dedication and time and effort that these cosplayers put into their costumes. Man, there's this fucking black dude. I forget what his name is, but him and I think his wife or his significant other, they do some amazing cosplays. What they usually do is like he'll walk up to the screen like wearing like his normal clothes, and then he'll do like some effect, and then he's like Kratos or like some other crazy person, and it's just like I gotta find what the guy's name is, but he does like really amazing anime, and he's a pretty big guy, and he's not afraid to like cosplay as a woman. It's pretty funny.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
He cosplayed as Elvira. I was like, what the fuck?
And he's not a little dude. He's like a big guy, right?
He's pretty swole. Yeah. He's bald too, but he's also. I've seen him as was He-Man and like who else? Kratos is another one, and some other like big ass like dude. But he's done Jessica Rabbit. He's done Elvira.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? But he does have he has like a female significant other. So
I think she's white, if I remember correctly.
She is white.
Yeah.
So, but they do a lot of stuff. They do a lot of like cosplay together, which is pretty cool. And they put some detail in their stuff.
Yeah, and
So,
they switch. The cool thing about him and well, both of them is that they switch up like a lot of cosplay. Like it's like they're all so different. Like the amount of like cosplay that he does is just it's amazing.
yeah, it's just weird seeing because he's got these big ass swole arms. So it's weird seeing him as Jessica Rabbit with these big ass swole arms. I'm like, Jessica wasn't that swole, but okay.
Yeah,
Still good though. I mean, he got the whole outfit down. It's pretty crazy.
I can't find the guy now, but if anybody's in the chat that knows what I'm talking about, just fucking
Popping in.
yeah, hop in there and let us know because he's pretty well known, at least for me. Like I see his shit all the time, and I'm always amazed.
Who?
Little quick sidebar. Something I saw recently is that I didn't know that scene from She-Hulk where She-Hulk is twerking with Megan Thee Stallion, like that was actually what's the name doing it? The actress Tatiana.
Yeah.
That was actually her doing. Like I thought maybe her body double was filling in for her, but yeah, that was actually her twerking with the sea cap and stuff on. Like there's actual footage of her doing it. I'm like, holy shit! Like that's fucking dope. That's cool. That she
it's
would
funny
do
because
that. And she was doing a really good job too. Like
it's funny because she's standing on something to make her taller.
Yeah, she's got like the stilts.
Yeah, she's standing on like wood as well, so she can twerk. It's actually pretty funny.
But like that whole twerking scene wasn't scripted. Like Megan Thee Stallion like signed the contract, and she was the one that started doing it. But then Tatiana got into it and started doing it too because she's like a huge Megan Thee Stallion fan, and so I thought that was really funny. Like I don't know. I love the actress. She's an amazing actress.
Right on. Speaking some comic news, I guess kind of segue. Y'all see this news about James Gunn?
I did.
He is now appointed co-CEO of DC Studios. So all DC films is co-CEO'd by James Gunn and another. I don't know the other guy at all. I think he might have been a former writer or whatnot, but it's still pretty wild to me.
James Gunn and Peter Safran.
Don't know.
That name sounds familiar.
But it's just wild to me that he surprised. Like I don't think anybody saw this coming. I heard he was working on a secret DC project, and then literally like hours later, oh, he's now co-CEO. I'm like, what? So that's just
did James Gunn do the first version of the Justice League movie?
No, that was Joss Whedon.
Oh, okay.
But I thought that was Zach. What's his name?
Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
No, Zack Snyder has his own Justice League. He has Zack Snyder's Justice League, but the Justice League that came out in theaters was Joss Whedon.
No, so hold on. This is revisionist history. Zack Snyder started writing the movie, then his dad died or some shit, and then
his daughter killed herself.
Yeah, okay, that's what it was. And then Joss Whedon finished it, but it was his script. So yeah.
Yeah, but James Gunn did the Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy, Peacemaker, which was a fucking great show.
Yeah, Peacemaker and the first two Guardians, as well as the third Guardian. He did all three Guardians, and I guess he did I guess the other big news. There's a Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, which is directed by James Gunn.
Yeah.
There's a trailer that's out. It came out was it today or yesterday? I think it was today. But they have
Peter Safran. He produced The Conjuring, he done the Aquaman movie, Shazam, Suicide Squad. There's a bunch of horror movies on here. He done all of the Annabelle creations and stuff.
Oh, the Annabelle
movies and stuff.
Okay.
All the Conjurings. Yeah, it's got a long list of horror movies on here.
So I mean, he's done movies and he's worked with DC before, so he's not a stranger. He's not an outsider.
No,
so I guess that's good. But James Gunn had directed a Christmas special for Disney Plus that looks like they got. I don't know if you guys saw the trailer, but there's a huge guest star. He's featured pretty prevalent in the trailer. I was like, what the hell? It looks pretty insane.
Peter's also directing or producing the Blue Beetle movie.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that one. Apparently, they're moving that from HBO Max to the theaters.
Yeah.
So good for Wow, shit. How do you pronounce his name? Zolo?
I think it's Zolo, but
Zolo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Zolo? And congrats to him. I think he deserves it. He's great in Cobra Kai. He's a great character. So I'm hoping he's going to be an awesome Jaime Reyes. So I'm looking forward to it. He's got my money.
Well, he's got the fight moves and stuff, so you should be good to
Yeah,
go.
I mean, he's busy. I saw the behind the scenes of the suit. The suit looks good. It doesn't look. It's not going to be CGI. I'm sure when it transforms, it'll be CGI, but it's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to it. There's no trailer as of yet, but there's some behind the scenes photos which look pretty promising. So
We
I'm
gotta see how this director do, because I'm looking at the director and he's only done 2 movies before this.
I mean, we'll see. So, but yeah, James Gunn, CEO, Disney Studios, DC Films, doing Guardians 3 for Marvel and Disney with their Christmas special popping up. It's gonna be big for this guy.
Yeah,
Uh,
speaking of Christmas special, did you guys watch the trailer?
yeah, we talked about.
What's your guys' thought on it? This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I mean, it looked funny. So yeah, I love the twist with the special guest actor or whatever.
It does look pretty
Oh,
funny.
so I found the cosplayer's name. His name is Night Mage.
Oh, okay,
So
right
it's
on.
Night Mage with a K. So Night with a K.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he's like a
Awesome.
pretty big black dude, and
Yeah.
he cosplays with so much cool stuff.
Well, so throwing all this information at you. That's why you can always write it down or read the comments or whatnot, or the description. There you go.
Oh, he had a really good Spawn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Continuing with the more comic stuff. Did y'all see this Ant-Man Quantumania trailer?
Yeah.
Ooh, Blue, did you
Yeah,
see
this
it?
looked good. Yeah, I did. It looks good, man. We
Did-
get fucking Silver Fox or Silver Cougar, Michelle Pfeiffer. Goddamn.
Well, I know what Blue was doing during the trailer.
This lady aged like fucking fine ass wine. But yeah, I love the trailer. It was a lot. You know, it's gonna be funny, but like, you know, we get Kang. Like, Kang is getting introduced. I mean, we got He Should Not Be Named, which we got in Loki. Well, like, we get like fucking Conqueror Kang in this, which I think is gonna be kind of badass, and just to see how this all works and how this quantum world exists and how everything is kind of going down in there. But yeah, I'm excited about this because Batman's movies they're pretty good, so I'm feeling them.
They're entertaining for sure. But I mean, we've already been introduced to Kang in the Loki series. Now we're going to see Kang again, but it's going to be a different version of Kang. It's going to look the same. It's probably not going to be the version we saw in Loki like a year ago. So it should be pretty interesting. And he's got like the scars on his face,
Yeah.
on the side of his face looking. We see him with his helmet because a lot of people say that's his face. Apparently, I've seen the comic panel where he takes it off and he looks like a normal guy, just with scars in his face. So it should be pretty interesting. It looks like we're entering a whole different world in the quantum world. We get Cassie Lang in her her superhero suit. I can't think of what her.
So wait, they recast her, right? Like, that's not the same girl from.
Not the same girl. They
weird.
recasted her from the girl. I don't know what the horror spin on Freaky Friday, the one with Vince Vaughn. She's in that film. I can't think of the film. I've seen the film.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So, yeah, they casted her to be the new Cassie. So it's pretty interesting. The Cassie that was in Endgame is not the same. So it's pretty interesting. But we all get to see her suit. We see her suit, Ant-Man, and the Wasp suit. So it looks pretty cool. Comes out pretty quick. Comes out Valentine's Day weekend.
Oh, does it really? Wow.
It comes out the 17th. So Valentine's Day is like a couple days before. So.
I think it's cool that Jonathan Majors is getting so many good roles. You know, because I was worried because he was the guy that was in Lovecraft Country, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they weren't doing a season 2, so I was just like I was really interested in him as an actor, and he's like getting so much work now. He's in fucking Creed 3, Ant-Man.
Yeah.
He's in the Marvel Universe. He was in The Harder They Fall. Everything I've seen this dude in has been fucking hit after hit. So, and he's from California. He's from Lompoc.
Oh, there you go.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So he escaped jail.
Yeah. Well, Lompoc is like it's near the it's well.
I
Yeah,
know.
but it's
I
near
know
the
it's
coast.
that, but Lompoc's also famous for his fucking jail.
Yeah.
So it was pretty awesome. But yeah, Jonathan Majors, I think he's a great actor, and like Krona said, I think all the kudos should go to him. I expect this is going to be the next 2 years will be huge for him. I mean, he gets his own Avengers like film, like the culmination of what's been going on with Phase 4 will probably end in Phase 5 with an Avengers the Kang Dynasty. So it's going to have a huge impact to the MCU. That's one of the reasons why I'm excited, because he's the big bad, but he's not going to die. He's going to be featured later on. I mean, if he does that, we're probably just going to see a variant pop up. So
Yeah, well, I mean, Kang he's not to be fucked with, and usually like he doesn't really lose. He just kind of disengages from shit.
He just gets bored. Like,
yeah.
fuck it.
yeah, he just kind of leaves.
But I think there was some stuff that was released at New York Comic Con, and like there's a scene where Ant-Man is talking to Kang, and Ant-Man's like, "Oh, you don't know who you mess with. I'm one of the Avengers." He's like, "Which Avenger are you? Have I killed you before?" Like he was like, he's like, "I don't give a fuck who you are. You're gonna die."
Yeah.
Let's see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's fuck who you is. Where's my money?
But then I want to know if something happened between Kang and Michelle Pfeiffer's character, because she was kind of like, why do you have that beacon on? Turn that shit off. Turn it off. And then when they get down there, she like throws on her little hoodie, like going in incognito.
Yeah.
So there's a meme. So this meme is from was it Three Black Geeks, where it shows the scenes from the trailer, and from the trailer she says, "I didn't tell you guys everything that happened down there," and then they pasted it together where it shows Jonathan Majors when he was working out for Creed 3, and then at the bottom panel says, "A woman has needs." Dang.
It's like that panel from that comic book panel with what's the name, Summers, and the water with God damn it,
T'Challa.
Yeah, where I guess they kind of hooked up in the comics. Wait, did they?
Who?
The Invisible Woman. Didn't her and Black Panther hook up?
Oh,
there's a panel of T'Challa. He's like, they're in like a pool, and like her and T'Challa and Sue Storm are like making out. So
getting that invisible ass. All right.
Yeah, man. So I mean,
she can't throw the ass in a circle, but she can make it.
I mean, she made
it
make it all disappear.
I wonder, would his would he disappear?
Or would it just be like she can create a field? I think of invisibility. So,
but like when she's invisible and like he goes, like he does his deed, like can you see it, or does it just go, like, disappear?
What the fuck?
No idea. Be kind of funky. All right, so this past weekend, y'all took a little trip, linked up. Y'all want to talk about what went down? I mean, as much as you can without
I don't know about any debauchery, because like I had to cut part of my night short for reasons that we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, are y'all able to disclose, the gist of what happened over the weekend? Or
I mean, I can't.
Yeah, but it didn't get too out of hand.
Yeah, you don't have to go into super detail. I mean, Cronus, you have a story, obviously. So
yeah, I got a serious injury.
Yeah, it was my friend, one of my longtime friends. I don't want to say his name, but
his name multiple times on the podcast.
XR88. Yeah. His bachelor party was this weekend, and we went to Austin, Texas. We flew out on Friday. So when we got there, I didn't know there's an app out there where it's called Toro.
Yeah, Toro.
Yeah, Toro. Yeah, where you can rent out your car for people to borrow. And so we had like a Mercedes I can't remember what model it was, but it's a Mercedes XUV, which I was like, holy shit, that's kind of fucking dope. And we went to the airport and picked up Cronus. He came in from a different flight because we all came from the Bay Area, and Cronus was coming from San Diego. If you can see Cronus, he's kind of limping away. It's a little bit part of the story we're gonna get into, but we first night we got down there, we got some good barbecue. We went to Terry's. Went to this place called Terry's Black, which is like a really known barbecue place. So here's
Serious Black.
What? Yeah, Terry's Black Barbecue, and I took it out of the bag, and I was like, wait a minute, and I smelled it. I was like, oh my god, it smells like brisket. Like it smells like hickory smoke goodness. Like this thing, I want to eat this shirt. That's how good it smells. Because like where the shirt was, like the barbecue and stuff is like right there. So all their shirts and stuff I'm pretty sure are picking up the flavor of the barbecue and stuff like that. So we go there, and like, dude, this line is fucking long as hell, and we're kind of concerned because they're known for running out of food. But luckily we were able to get in there and get a good amount of food. But like we got ribs, we got brisket, we got fucking macaroni and cheese. What else did we have? We got beef and pork ribs.
So you got sausage.
We got sausage. Yeah,
banana pudding. I think you got.
Yeah, I got banana. It was so fucking good. It was so much food, and at first I was like, "This isn't enough food." But as we start eating, I was like, "Damn, this is a lot of food." Because like the way that their system works is you pay by the pound. Like you're not, and it's like family style. Like you're not just like, let me get a combo, let me get number 4 or whatever. It's like, hey, let me get about half a pound of ribs, and we get like 13 sausages. Like you're ordering it that way. And then you take all that food back to your table and you just family style eating that shit. It was so fucking good. And like what was cool too is that when you're in line, like there's little spots in line where you can buy beer, which was great because we were in line for like a good maybe 30, 45 minutes before we got our food.
Which honestly, when I first got there, I was like, the line's too fucking long. And then
yeah, I thought that too.
Once we got there, like it goes through pretty quickly, honestly. So if you go there and the line looks long as fuck, don't worry, you'll be all right.
Yeah. Just don't go too late because they do run out of food.
Yeah, and they close at like 10.
Yeah, which is weird.
But anyway.
Yeah. But after that, we had this Airbnb that was like, I don't know what this Airbnb was. Like it was 2 rooms and a bathroom, but like one room had 3 queen size bed, one room had 1 queen size bed, and there was like no doors. Like only the bathroom had a door in it, but the doors for the bedrooms were like just curtains. So it was inexpensive place nearby. So we kind of lucked out because I guess happening this weekend was a bunch of stuff. Like there's a Post Malone concert, there's an F1 series going on. So the whole city was fucking packed and crazy. But so later on that night, so in Texas there's a spot called I think it's called not Quacks. It's called something. It's a truck stop. And in Texas, it's like one of the biggest truck stops you can go to. The one we went to wasn't the biggest. Like that was kind of mediocre. But they're usually like the biggest one is like, I think like about 4 or 5 football fields long. And it has like over 200 gas pumps. And they also have like truck pumps too. So it's a huge thing. So we went to one nearby and like, it was just kind of cool, little knick-knack store. But they had like instead of having like a daily, like a meat daily. Oh shit, I can't pronounce the word. Like a butcher shop.
It's called
basically.
Buc-ee's.
Yeah, Buc-ee's. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Instead of that, they had like a beef jerky. So they had all these pieces of beef jerky you can buy, like Betsy fresh out of the not the dryer. I guess it is the dehydrator.
Yeah.
But then like they had clothes, they had like beer and drinks and snacks. Like it was a cool, fun place to go. And I actually bought a shirt from there. I don't have it over here, but it says bourbon makes it better. And I was like, I got to get that.
I mean, it's true though.
Right in my alley. But yeah, after that, we kind of went back because we had to be up the next day to go to ATV.
Yeah.
So we get up next day, do our thing, get breakfast, head out to go ATV, in which we have to wake up early for because our reservations were at 9, and it was a good hour, like 45 minutes away. So we get there, we get our ATVs, and we're having a good fucking time. Cronus, I'm going to take it over from there because Cronus was kind of leading the pack. He was fucking hauling ass and doing all kind of cool shit.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty good at ATV. Right, this is my first time ever ATVing, and even though we're gonna get to a point where you're gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But I'm actually really good at ATVing. Apparently, I had a lot of fun. Honestly, when we first got the reservations, I was like, 9 a.m. is like kind of early, especially given like our body times, because you know. But honestly, I'm really glad we did it that way, because the way I was riding, if there was like more people on I would have just crashed into somebody. So,
oh yeah, because
yeah.
The place we went to, like where we rented the ATVs, like it actually was a place where you can ride them too. Like they had trails and stuff, but they had trails for ATVs, dirt bikes, and like trucks. Because there was like people out there with like Jeeps and Toyota 4Runners and shit like that. So yeah, it's kind of good we did go early, because when you're going into those turns, you can't see what the fuck is coming up. So I'm pretty sure they had a lot of like head-on collisions.
And the brakes sucked on those ATVs, to be honest. Even though you don't need to actually brake that much, but when you need to brake, you need to brake. Especially the way that I was riding, you need to brake. And the brakes, like, when I say like they sucked, so like usually like when you brake, like it wasn't like I would pull the brakes and then there wouldn't be like, it wouldn't grab the tires. Like, so I wasn't like sliding with the brakes. You know what I mean? Like I would like grab the brakes and then it would just slow down a little bit, and it just wasn't enough. And I would just have to like lean into corners and shit like that and like really get it around. It was it was annoying, but I got used to it pretty quickly.
One crazy thing is that like Cronus and I, we both ride motorcycles, and the controls for the ATV are not like motorcycles. Like
no, they're not.
It kept fucking with me, man. Because like on a motorcycle, like you twist your wrist to give it a throttle, but on a ATV, it had a button that you use your thumb for. And there'd be so many times where I try to go to gun it, and I'm like, I'm used to twisting my wrist. I'm like, oh, fuck, that's happening. And I end up having to use my thumb. But then also, like, the braking system is different, too. So, like, sometimes the brakes on there, like, it's kind of like with a bicycle, how you have the handbrakes up on top. But there's also a foot one that you can use. But, yeah, it was just weird to get used to that throttle, because I was constantly, like, trying to throttle out, and I fucking couldn't. I had to, like, use my thumb.
But I can see why now, though, because if you're going straight up, and you're just like going like this, then you would kind of be fucked, right? Especially if you weren't in 4-wheel drive. So I can understand why you had the thumb thing. It just took a little while to get used to. And then my thumb was like kind of getting a little tired every now and again, because I'm just like I wasn't used to just like pressing something with my thumb for that long. But yeah, I was like, we had a lot of fun, like just tearing it up out there, and we got to a point where like we weren't on like the map. And it said like where we were going was okay, because there was places where we weren't supposed to go. And the place we were at, it said it was okay for like an ATV. And I saw like this truck go up like this crazy fucking incline. And I was like, well, it says an ATV can go up it, so I see a good route, so I'm gonna go up it too. So I take the route, and I was like, I got up it, and I was like, that was kind of hard, but you know, let's go up it. So I make it all the way up to the top, and then I'm waiting for everybody else to come up, and then one guy comes up, and he fucking flips immediately.
Yeah.
And like his like the flip that he had was fucking crazy, because like he was going up and then he hit like a bump because he tried to like he went like the wrong way. Yeah. So what his shit went straight up and then flipped backwards and then got stuck on like a tree. I was like, okay, well the rest of these guys are probably not gonna get up this way. And so we got his shit off the tree, got it down, and I'm looking for, and then I see like a way down, but I was like, I don't know where this like where the safe route goes. I don't know like where that leads to, and I knew like the way that I came up, I could not go down that way. Like this is fucking possible. So I'm looking for another route down. I see one that was easier, so I was like, all right. So you know, I walked down first, and I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure I see a decent route to get down, and then I start coming down, and I'm pretty sure I put it in 4-wheel drive to come down, and I'm coming down, and this is on video, which I might do a video on this. I'm coming down, and I made it down the first incline okay, and I came down the second incline, and then my fucking tire gets stuck on like a root or something, and the back comes up, and so I fucking bail. And if you're watching the video in real time, it looks like I bail and I'm okay. It looks like I jumped far as fuck, and I'm fine. But
dude, you been fucking flying.
Yeah, and I hit the ground, and my foot like starts going numb immediately, and then I feel like I'm gonna throw up, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm fucked, because like. I don't know if you've ever been like injured when you have like a bunch of adrenaline, but your body doesn't act right, and you don't really feel the pain right away. So I'm like, yeah, my foot's probably fucked, and then I was like, I started feeling like I just couldn't feel like most of my foot. And so like I limped down the hill with some assistance. Like I get on another ATV and just sit there. They get my ATV sorted out. They get it down, and some other like off-roaders helped out because like I had like my palm got all cut up and like it wasn't that bad though. You can barely even see it now. It's fine. It's basically it was blister from when I was holding on and when I got like ejected. My right hand because when I got ejected, I was like just fucking let go and jump. I was like, 'cause if you hold on, this thing's gonna crush you. So my whole thing when I was falling, I was like, just get clear of the ATV, and that's why I got the blister because I held on for just a second too long, and that's where the blood came from. And so they got my ATV sorted, came down, and I thought my foot was broken, and I have fractures, and I rode my ATV all the way back, and
fucked up foot.
Yeah, fucked up foot, and
you were broken and still rode.
Yeah, and it's actually worse than like a like a broken foot. So when we got to the emergency room, not the emergency room, went to like 30 minutes away, we went to urgent care. And so they took an X-ray and they said, yeah, you got some stress fractures and you have like something weird going on with your foot, and we don't know, like it looks like an old injury, but we don't really know. So you need to see like an orthopedist. And the guy said he was recommending me to somebody that he knew that does like a trauma expert for not podiatry, orthopedist in Texas. And I was like, well, I'm going back to California, so I'll just see somebody there. So yesterday I see an orthopedist and he's like, yeah, your foot is like, there's been like so much trauma to your foot already. Like it's like previous injuries. And I think I know where they're all from. It's like most of them are from the Marine Corps, which I need to like go to see the VA for. I have a bunch of bone spurs and my foot has like a lot of arthritis, like way more arthritis than I should have at 43 because of previous injuries and stress fractures from the accident. And I have a thing called, well, I'm going to get an MRI for, but he said it's called a Lisfranc injury, which basically means that there's like, we have your metatarsals. It's basically like how your hand is on the, think of like of a foot, like the top of my foot where like your palm of your hand is on the top. There's tendons up there and those he thinks those are torn from the injury.
Yeah. So I've heard of this. Someone said that I might have it too, but apparently there's a surgery that fixes it where they put it on and like reattach and it heals. They put a mesh or something, but they attach each one back.
Yeah, I probably want to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, they attach each one back and you're supposed to, I think they put it in like a cast for like 30 days or something, and then it heals back and you have mobility after a little bit of working out on it or whatnot.
Yeah,
I've heard
I probably won't go for the surgery route. I mean, unless like it's totally fucked. But so like apparently, because I didn't look at the bottom of my foot, but like the bottom of my foot is fucking bruised, which is weird as shit to see. Like the bottom of your foot being bruised, and like around the sides of my foot is bruised, and like basically like when the doctor was like feeling on my foot, the whole top part of my foot is like if you touch it, it's like 10 out of 10 pain.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So and then like part of my ankle is kind of, but it's always been fucked up because of the Marine Corps and stuff. So yeah, I get an MRI sometime soon to verify that, but that's what it looks like right now is like that I tore the tendons in the top of my foot.
Damn.
Good Lord.
Up until then, we were having hella fun though.
yeah, and we still hung out afterwards. Like we went to the Post Malone concert.
Well, we also went to this moonshine restaurant that had some bomb ass fucking food and drinks.
Yeah, because we were leaving and like Zor.
We went to
Zor, whatever. Yeah, he was like, hey, let's go back and get some rest. And I was like, we passed by a moonshine place. I was like, they got moonshine, and my foot fucking hurts. So let's just some moonshine, man.
Yeah. So we got some moonshine. It was pretty good. It was the old something moonshine, old day moonshine. But yeah, it was fucking tasty. Like we had like the original. We had an apple pie. There was another one something like a cinnamon one that was hella good, but it was called something else, like Maker's Mark or something, like not Maker's Mark. It had some cool fucking name to it.
Yeah, that shit was. It's called just Moonshine Comfort and Cocktails, and yeah, it was in Avery Ranch, I believe, in Austin, Texas. And goddamn, that place was fucking. The food was really good, but the moonshine, the normal moonshine is like fucking death, but the flavor ones were so fucking good.
Right on. Did you go to the Slotsky's? Did either of you go to Slatsky's?
No, we didn't have that much time, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's at the airport. So.
Oh no, I mean, when I got back, I had to get what do you call it? A wheelchair. So.
Yeah. But yeah, there's one. So there's one when you land at the airport at the was it I keep thinking Louis Armstrong. That's New Orleans, but there's one at the airport, and then they're throughout the like surrounding area of Austin as well. There's one downtown. I think there's a couple downtown Austin, but you guys are all over the place anyway. So
yeah, so this was the name of this. These were the moonshines that they had. So there was Old Smoky Original, there was Old Smoky Banana Pudding, American Born Apple Pie, Cat Daddy Spice. That's the one.
Yeah,
Cat Daddy Spice was one that was hella fucking good. They had Midnight Moon Strawberry, Midnight Moon Peach, and White Lightning.
White Lightning was good too.
Yeah, that was good too. But yeah, the Cat Daddy was hella good, especially when straight up, like I mean not straight up, but on like on the ice, on the rocks. I mean, but yeah. So once Chronos, as we got done eating, we kind of did go back to the crib and take a break before the concert. And we went to the Post Malone concert, and because of Kronos's injury, we got fucking VIP entry into the fucking building, which was kind of cool. So we'd have to wait in line and get searched, which is weird because like they just had like a scanner, you just walk through and that was it. Like there's no pat down or no like.
They didn't check us for like bottles of vodka, which people had. So
yeah, we have vodka and water bottles. But yeah, we go up to our seats and we're like, we're up there, and there's a bar there, so I get Kronos and I a drink, and we're having a good time. And like, there's this DJ that comes out. This DJ fucking comes out, and you're like, okay, this DJ's gonna come out. He's gonna do some cool shit. He's gonna do some crossfading. Like, there's gonna be some cool like DJ Jazzy Jeff type DJing going on. Nah, it was nothing like that. This dude just played songs from his fucking iPad. Like, he just played one song, and I was like, yo, guys, like that song? Here's another song for you. This is gonna get you jumping. And he plays like Miley Cyrus's the one where she comes to New York for the first time or LA for the first time or some shit.
So
Born in the USA, I think it was called.
I can't remember, but yeah.
Yeah. He started playing and I was like, oh god, this guy is fucking hard. But he brought his mom out to the stage. It's like, all right, what the fuck is going on? His mom's on the stage dancing. I'm like, show your titties. No, I didn't say that.
That was later that night.
Yeah, that was later that night.
She was old thunder pussy.
Oh, damn. Ran through the mom. God dang.
But then, like, after the concert, like, I have a knack for kind of disappearing when I get hella drunk.
Pause. I was going to say, you have a knack for getting super fucking drunk and disappearing.
Yeah, super hella drunk. But no, so what happened was I was like, I was getting a drink, and this girl, like,
this already sounds bad, bro.
No, this girl. There's some reason I was over by the elevator, and like this girl, she's like, please help me, and like we go into the elevator, and like this guy kind of comes out of nowhere, and like the door closed. She's like, can you please walk me down to like whatever? I'm like, all right, yeah, I got you, girl. And so we go down, and like I walk her down to like where the rickshaws are. There's hella people around, so it's not like a sketchy area we were walking to. But like she gets her Uber and then bounce, and all of a sudden I'm outside like chit chatting with this one girl who's like one of the peddler, like the rickshaw people, the one with the bikes.
Yeah.
And this girl weighed like 98 pounds. I'm like wondering like how the hell is she like paddling like big ass people? But her bike is kind of electric, so that she's kind of cheating. But
they're all like the one I was on too is like electric assisted.
Yeah. But then I start walking back to the stage and I just hear my name. Like I see a guy up on the balcony, like wondering where the hell I am because the concert just got out and I'm like down at the bottom. But then like things kind of get fuzzy because I remember
you were
in the rickshaw. Yeah, I remember riding rickshaw and I thought I was with somebody else, but I was riding with Cronus the whole time. And then
our fucking rickshaw rider was like, goddamn, he was so fucking fast. It was crazy.
Yeah,
this motherfucker was going uphill at like 30 miles per hour. It felt like. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous. But then like we get dropped off at one spot, then we go meet up with the other guys like at a bar nearby, and then we go up to this other bar and have a few more drinks before we get a Uber and hit up the club.
The strip club.
The strip club.
And that's when I had to bounce. So
yeah.
As long
But
as
the strip club was cool.
That's all that matters.
It was decent.
Well,
a lot of girls were a little overpriced, but that's how
they were saying
there.
it was like somebody said it was like $2,200 to go to the VIP lounge.
God,
and I was just like,
dang.
I mean, unless literally your fucking pussy or your ass is magical and can turn back time or some shit, there's no goddamn way I'm spending $2,200 to go get a lap dance in a VIP lounge. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like that's not even that's more than Vegas prices by a wide margin.
Mm-hmm. Vegas has fucking like 111,000 strip clubs that you can go to, so there's competitor prices out there.
Yeah, I mean the ladies look. I mean they look fine, but it was just like the place was packed, and this is the thing. Like if you're on crutches and some place is packed, it's like. Because at the time I'm still on crutches, so I was just like, I'm just gonna get the fuck out of here and get some sleep. So like I'm not, and I still had my hand injury, which is healing now, but I'm like I'm not gonna try to feel on some or have somebody put my hands somewhere and I got a fucking wound. So
not gonna be like Denji and just achieve your goal of grabbing some boobs.
Yeah, no, I just went back and I stayed for a little bit and then I was just like I'm not feeling it. I'm gonna bounce, but I'm glad you guys hung out and had fun. So
yeah, we were there till 4 a.m. I was like, God damn.
Yeah,
time to go home. Well, I think they closed at 4. That's the reason why I knew what time it was.
There you go.
Yeah, but overall, it was a fun trip. Cool stories. There is one part I kind of skipped over, but I almost got into a cockle. But I don't want to go too deep into that.
Oh man,
that's kind of why I might have disappeared for a little bit.
Not
to participate, but to
the crazy part is that randomly we met the person that almost did that to Blue.
Like he was looking for me.
We were like, "What? Do you know Blue?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, that was crazy. Yeah, and that guy definitely would have jacked up in the corner watching you fuck his wife. If you were single, just saying, if you were single.
Yeah, maybe if I was single, but yeah. I was like, "Stranger dater, gotta go."
Yeah,
but yeah, overall, it was a fun trip.
I mean, I figured you would run into that in Vegas, not really Austin, but that's still pretty awesome too. You just know that you still got it. There you go.
Yeah, I still have it.
I want to go ATVing again. Like honestly, I had so much fun ATVing.
Yeah. Same here, man.
ATV. So I went ATVing. I can't say down south, but Pismo. We drove to Pismo. Went ATVing. Yeah, it's south from me, but it's not from you guys. It's like super north from you guys. It's 4 hours from me. But we went ATVing, and they have dunes for like racing. They have like different sets. They had different tiers. They had the kid dunes, the like normal, adult, intermediate, and then they had like the expert pro dunes or whatever. And they tell you like if you're a renter, you can do the kids dunes and the other dunes. Don't go to the pro stuff unless you like sign up with them or whatnot. It's pretty obvious too, because like they have these dunes where you will catch air and coming down. If you don't know how to land, you're probably gonna die.
I caught air a few times.
Yeah, same here, man. That shit was so much fun. Yeah. What's kind of cool with the place we went to is that like it's like off roading. Like you're kind of going up like not mountains, but like there's terrain. Like there's terrain that you had to climb up. That was really fucking cool. So you really have to like lean into the crawl of your ATV, and like when you're going down, you kind of gotta lean back so it doesn't fucking flip on you. But like you have to like find your line while you're going. But there's one point where we're going like downhill, and there was a bunch of like jumps basically, and I was just every time I saw one, I was like, I just gunned it, just went hard for it too, and like you could feel when you got off the ground too. It felt fucking great.
I think the reason why that both me and Blue could go so fast in those things because I think that we were both like I was barely even on the saddle like at all.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I was just like standing up or squatting like the whole time because I couldn't imagine like going over that terrain like sitting on anything. So yeah.
Yeah, Pismo's cool because you can ride like by the water and stuff, and ride by the beach, and then ride into the sand dunes. So that was cool. It had like 2 different terrains, kind of. There's the beach terrain. You can like go into the water a little bit and do skirt outs, and then drive into the other areas to where you can hit the sand dunes. And they had like a little woodsy area. I don't want to say woods. There's like bushes and stuff, but they had like a little track or whatever to go through. which is really cool. I'm sure there's other spots up and down the California coast that are like that as well.
Yeah. One thing that was interesting about renting the ATVs is that, okay, so we all got insurance for it, but the insurance doesn't cover you damaging the ATV. It only covers if you were to damage something else while riding the ATV. Well, so I think all the damages that occurred to the bikes had to come out of pocket.
Well, I think it's for a certain amount. I think there's like a deductible. I didn't look into the thing, but to me, he's like, when the guy called me later, he was like, yeah, it's gonna be kind of expensive. And then he was like, yeah, it's like $120. I was like, that's not expensive, first of all. I didn't say anything, I'm like, $120 when honestly, the only damage that was really done was like the back bar thing and like the brake pedal on the left. But like $120, like that's for the damage that was done. I don't give a fuck. Also,
that was like 2 drinks.
Yeah, yeah. That's looking at like a nipple at the strip club.
Yeah.
Everything in Texas was like so much cheaper. The goddamn gas prices were offensively fucking cheap. It was like literally gas prices were in the low $3 range in Texas.
Yes.
And here in California, it's still like $5 to $6. Some places still $7 a gallon. And there was like just like normal buying shit. Like I bought like a pack of gum, some nuts, and like a couple other things, and it was like less than $8. And like in California, that would be like more than $12. So,
God damn.
Yeah, the gas price thing would have me tripping. I was like, God, it's so fucking cheap here. Like, and like you hear people there complain about how high it is. It's like, yo, come to California. We have all these emission taxes and road taxes that are added to our gasoline, which doesn't make any sense. But I mean,
but it's still not like the amount of taxes that we have. It's still not $3 more. You know?
No, it isn't.
Like,
yeah, something's
insane.
up.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Before because we're getting close to the end, do you want to talk about Gotham Knights, Cronus? Because you're the only one that's played it.
Yeah, I'll talk about Gotham Knights really quick. Honestly, so far, like the start of the game is really good. Like there's like a fight scene with Batman and somebody that is like a really good like Batman fight scene. And Blue, you would I think you need to watch like the beginning of the game, and I think just watch it on YouTube, like the beginning of the game. It's a really cool fight scene, and then the game starts, and you get to pick between Red Hood, Robin, Nightwing, and Batgirl, and I picked Red Hood because I haven't played as anybody else really. Well, I tried to play as Nightwing in like the training, and I was like, no, this guy's not for me. But Red Hood, he's so much fun because you get to fucking shoot people all the time, and it's fun as fuck shooting somebody in the face, and then still beating them down. Like seriously, it's just like it's just fucking fun because like the character when you're playing him, you can play obviously close range or like just beating somebody down by like pistol whipping everybody. And then when you combo in together, he like steps back and then goes in this fucking gun kata mode where he's like dude. He's like shooting fucking everywhere with like, and you're directing like where he shoots, and it's really fucking cool. And then like you can, his guns are like basically like it's another extension of his body. So like in the game, you have like your normal attacks and your heavy attacks, and then when you switch over to like his guns, you have like his normal shooting and then like heavy shooting. So his heavy shooting like basically puts like his two guns together and it's like a shotgun effect in front of him, and it's really fun to play like that. I don't know how the other ones play. I just know I didn't like Nightwing like at all when I was playing with him.
Really? Was he too fast or just not hitting enough, not powerful enough or something?
It just didn't seem as fun for me. So like when Red Hood is like really brutal when he is attacking somebody, like really brutal. I mean, he's pistol whipping motherfuckers like constantly.
Yeah,
it's just like or shooting them with said pistols. And he's so strong. Like when you like take down somebody silently, so you can play him stealth, like you play everybody stealth. And when you play him stealthily, he'll literally come up to somebody and then pick them up off the ground and choke them with both hands until they pass out.
God dang!
It's just like it's so fucking brutal. And then like there's times where like he'll kick somebody or like he'll grab him by the leg and like yank him in and just fucking pistol whip him.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
It's just like, dude, it's so fucking brutal. Like all this
I
shit that he's yeah.
I've seen the one that you were talking about earlier where he like beats the shit out of them, where he walks away and then he shoots behind himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, because he literally beats them to the end of their life. He
Yeah.
walks away because they're about to like pass out or die, and he shoots them. He
Yeah.
just turns and like over the shoulder, just black, and they just drop. I'm like, God damn.
And he's got combos where like he'll beat him down with his pistol whipping or fist, and then he'll shoot him directly in the fucking face, and then punch him again or fucking curb stomp. And I'm just like, that's a little extra, but whatever, I had to do your thing. Do what you gotta do, man.
That sounds awesome.
And
so,
go ahead.
I gotta ask, the traveling. So I heard like his, like, he has like a glider or something that people didn't like or some shit like that.
So I haven't gotten there yet.
Like
he can like
jump.
he
had.
Go ahead.
Well, no, I was gonna say he had a glider like he just got out of fucking Battlefield. What's the name of the game
Horizon Zero Dawn.
No, the one with the multiplayer game
Fortnite.
that have like Travis Scott and stuff.
Oh, Fortnite. Yeah.
Fortnite. Yeah. He has like a glider like Fortnite.
I think.
I think that was Nightwing that had that.
Yeah, he gets the ability where he can kind of like light step. I haven't gotten there yet, though.
Yeah.
So I'm still pretty early on.
Either Shigami.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the Court of Owls yet.
Yeah.
But what's really cool with him is that he has his pistols, and they have unlimited ammo, but the clips are not unlimited. So you have 30 rounds together because it's 15 per pistol, and then you can sort of like keep a count of like how many bullets you have left until you got to reload, because he'll reload automatically, but it takes like an animation, and it takes a little bit of time, and it's okay because you can still punch and all that shit. Or you can do you can build up like this meter, and you can do like these sort of like quick sort of finishing moves, and the first one that you get for him is like basically it's like a double reload at the same time while you beat somebody down. So like you'll beat him down, and then like he tosses like the clips in the air, and then like reloads, and then keeps going. And it's just like it's really cool. Like I've had so much fun playing as Red Hood. I don't want to really play. I don't really want to play as anybody else. And he's like the chip on his shoulder from like being dead, and like Batman, and Bleed, his backstory, and like him coming to grips of dying and then coming back, and then coming to grips that they actually were looking for him when he died, is like really well written, because like he's still kind of angry, but he's like he's trying to come to grips, especially because like this is not a spoiler alert, but Batman dies in the beginning of the game.
Yeah,
but he calls them four, and so he's kind of surprised that he calls him, and he's iffy about the rest of the team of like not trusting him because of what happened. And it's really well written, like his character.
So apparently, according to the developers, like him not trusting the team is like a huge like story factor for his character going forward. So I was like, oh shit. And then I saw, I guess in the beginning of the game, him and Dick are talking. He has this scar on his face, but it's not the J. It's just like this scar from like forehead to like mouth kind of thing from getting his ass whooped. And then he's like
getting killed because he got killed.
So he's joking around with Dick, but they say some pretty fucked up shit to each other. And then like Jason's just like, oh, I'm just fucking around or whatever. Is all, you're such a Boy Scout, Dick. And they're like listening. I think they're listening to intel from Batgirl or something.
Yeah, and he's like,
I like shit.
And he's really big. Like,
yeah, he's hella swole. So I figured him and Dick and Nightwing should be the same, but he's way more swole. He is way more swole than Dick Grayson. I'm like, holy shit. So
even as you pick him, it literally says brute. His attribute is a brute, and it shows like his fighting style is fucking brutish, because like he just brutalizes people like really bad. I feel bad for these pixels.
Yeah.
I mean, I really want to play the game, but critically, it's been getting like mediocre reviews, and I'm like, dude, this looks clean. It looks like these other Batman games, but I can play with other people, which I've been wanting to do since Arkham Knight. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. It's looking like it's funny to me because like I was reading IGN's reviews and they're just like it's just kind of okay, and they're saying it's not like they're comparing it to the previous Batman games, but then they give you like this in-depth like what to start with, like the 10 things you got to do when you first start, and they give you tips and tricks like literally right underneath the post. I'm like, do you guys not like this game or what? What the fuck? They gave it like a 6 or a 5 or some shit.
So I will say, that it is not. It's not. If you're expecting it to be like the old Arkham games, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that coming in with that assumption is incorrect because you're not playing as Batman, and I think that one of the reasons why those games were really successful is because you literally were Batman, and
Yeah.
that carries a lot of weight, and you have a lot of other skills that you have, in the game. But in this one, like there's things that are in this game that are not in the other Batman games, that the other Arkham games, that are honestly really good additions. Like the way they do crime solving, the way they have like the day and night system is really cool that you don't get in the other games. So for instance, like you have to collect intel on crimes, on future crimes, right? So when you play, you only play the game like fighting at night, and so during the daytime, you like literally have like a board of intel where you're like breaking down like where this intel like where this crime's going to be, where that crime's going to be. There's like a bunch of different crimes happening around the city as well as like the main story. And so you get intel from, remember in like the other Batman games where like, you can get intel from like
Oracle.
well, not just Oracle, but like
No,
from the
Oracle
actual
wasn't
bad
in it.
guys. You know how you can
And
interrogate them?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you can do the same interrogations in this game, but it'll give you like intel points, and depending on how many intel points you get, you can unlock more and more crimes that you can stop before they happen.
Oh shit. Oh, okay.
Depending on the
Okay, yeah,
intel. And so to me, that's like really cool. But like I said, it's only like it's a little. The system is a little different from like what you're used to. Because like I said, during the daytime, you're like trying to figure out like the whole story as well as like all these future crimes, and then once you unlock like where these crimes are going to be, you can stop them before they happen, right?
Okay.
Which is really cool, and that unlocks more and more stuff. And also when you're like investigating like crime scenes, it's really cool because you have to like try and like, you have to look at like all the evidence at a crime scene and then link them together and then solve it. And
Oh, yeah. So I think there's one or two missions from Arkham Knight that are like that. Like when you have to find Hush. Hush, you got to find his clues, link everything together, and especially, figure out why someone that looks like you is killing people. And then you end up finding who he was. And it takes a few steps.
yeah, but in this one, it's like the system is good and bad. I wish they could like change it a little bit. I have a suggestion for them. So when you have like these crime scene investigations, you basically have unlimited tries to like try and like solve the crime, because you can look at all the intel that you have, right, and then you can try and solve the crime. But the problem is that there's no like penalty, and so you can just keep trying different
If you get
combinations of like
wrong.
solving the crime. Yeah, what they should do is like kind of like an incentive is if you fuck up, solving the crime, then once you do solve it, it gets harder. Once you have to go to like whatever location, they should just up the difficulty like the more you fuck up.
Oh, okay.
That way you at least can still progress the story, but then just make it harder at the end. Like there's more bad guys, they have more equipment, blah 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 blah, like whatever.
Oh, that's good.
Or like, or they
That's
can have it
easier
where like
than it is to like give like a weird different system, adding different dialogue, just putting more baddies is like actually a pretty good solution.
Yeah.
or even making it so like if you like you can get intel from like say like you're solving like a mystery or a puzzle, but you don't solve it correctly, so you only get part of the information that you need. So when you go to fight the crime or whatever, like you're just going there without the correct information. So you think that there's going to be 5 people, but there's actually 20, or
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
there's a drug deal going down, but actually these motherfuckers got guns.
Yeah, or
So,
you can, or if you want to have like the ultimate fucked up part is where you just get less resources. So this game is actually it's an RPG too, and you need resources to like upgrade all your shit. So if they have the penalty of hey, if you fuck up like trying to solve this crime the first time, then you get 25% less resources from solving this. Then
okay.
I think that would work too. But like having the basically try as many times as you want with no penalty, I don't like that as much. So,
Okay. I get it.
but
I
they're
mean,
trying. So
yeah. I mean, there's a lot. So, speaking of which, because you're playing solo, I assume.
yeah, yeah.
So
So far,
have you have not experienced uh can another player join your game in the middle of your progress, or
yes.
once you go solo? Okay,
So
and then
you have to open it up though. It's just like the co-op, as far as I understand, it's like the old school Saints Row the Third co-op. You can just jump in with somebody else if you want. I think you can have. I think it's like 3 players.
I think
Maybe,
it's
maybe more. Yeah.
so for now it's two
Oh, it's two.
until
Okay.
the 4 player mode drops in a couple weeks.
Okay. That's understandable because yeah, some parts there's like I haven't died yet, but there's some parts where it's like man, there's like a lot of shit going on. I'm just playing on normal though. I'm not playing on hard. If I'd have played on hard, I probably would have died at least once so far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So I mean, I'm what was a huge selling point for me was a co-op, like be able to play two heroes. Like I understand because I know Prodigy's kind of against the game because it's a Batman game with no Batman. I'm like, well, dude, Batman's a huge seller, and we're playing. I think the smart thing to do for the developers was to highlight the Bat family and let you be able to pick because they're all they don't elevate Batman. They're not more popular than some of them might be kind of just as like Nightwing, but showcasing the Bat family and be able to pick between them, I think is a very big selling point. It is for me though.
Well, and it's also like so the progression system of like they have a knighthood system, which I think right now I think it's like basically replacing Batman. So whoever you want to replace Batman as, you can upgrade him. Like you have knighthood missions to where you literally get like a whole different outfit and new
Oh,
set of
okay.
skills to like basically replace Batman because he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's like a really cool thing to like lead up to like because there's been plenty of people that have replaced Batman when he's been away or dead or whatever.
yeah.
And I think that's like a cool like and they also have like well you would love like the lore in the game. There's like so many like little Easter eggs and dude. Just I know Batman's not a playable character so far in the game.
At least, yeah, I was gonna say at least not yet.
Yeah, but I think you would still enjoy the game. Honestly, I do.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
like the concept of the game when it came out, like having like the Bat family in it, I thought was really cool. Like we got a bunch of decent Batman games, so it's kind of cool to see. Because even with the Arkham games, we got to play as Batgirl, we got to play as like Harley Quinn, and
Yeah.
I think Nightwing as well as I don't know if we played as Robin. I think there
you
was a scene
can
with Robin
you,
where he
you
gets
can be
killed.
you
And
no
Tony,
you can be Robin and you can be
okay,
Ashley
yeah,
and you can be Catwoman.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. And those are always fun to play. So having them get their kind of their own game spinoff is kind of cool. My only problem with is like kind of the the way the game looks. It just didn't feel. And like watching it now, like it still kind of looks kind of wonky to me. But I just watched the fight scene, and holy shit, that was kind of badass.
Oh, it's all yeah. The
Yeah,
first
just
fight
watch it
scene
right
was
now.
like, oh man,
I couldn't stop. I was like, I know I'm podcasting, but god damn,
You're like, damn.
yeah.
oh,
Like
that epic fight scene.
and it's like it sets up like the rest of the game. And like, so when you're playing, I didn't get the if I know what you're talking about. Like when you're watching, like before the game came out, like watching it, it didn't something seemed off. But as you're playing it, at least as Red Hood, it has like a lot of punch. I felt like when I was playing as Nightwing, it seemed like way off. But when I played as Red Hood, only because like it was fun to shoot people in the face, like it seemed like everything seemed like punchier and like because like it seemed like there was like a lot of weight to his strikes. With like Nightwing, it didn't seem like there was like a lot of weight behind like what he was doing. So as far as like when impact goes, if you play as Red Hood, he's like a really big guy, and it feels more like you're just like Batman with guns, and you can still do You can still do like the stealthy shit, you know, as Batman, because that's what I do a lot. Because you know me, if I can stealth, I can. But when shit goes down, like I'll just fucking put a thing on them. I'll pull the guns out and start shooting and beating them down.
It's the same way in the Arkham game too. Like when you're doing a stealth mission, when shit goes south, if you're Red Hood, you're shooting the shit out of people, and like you're literally doing gun katas, like you're saying, and like not getting hit.
Yeah.
Wait, so Kronos, are you playing on the PS5 or are you playing on your on the Steam Deck? Because you can get the game through Steam.
I can, but it wasn't Steam Deck verified yet.
Oh yeah.
But I can. There's ways around it. It's fine. I was gonna if my foot wasn't fucked up, I was planning on buying it on the flight back and like downloading it. But because my foot was all fucked up, I just didn't want to. I just wanted to sleep on the plane because at the time when I was flying back, like my foot was just like throbbing. So yeah.
Damn. Well, shit. Y'all want to wrap it up? About that time.
Yeah.
So, we can.
Blue, what you got going on? What you was populating, percolating, you jerking off to?
Oh shit. Oh well, so like my friend, like we went to his bachelor party, but his wedding's coming up soon, so we're like 2 weeks away from it. So I need to start getting prepared because we're already flying with a kid, and it's gonna be like kind of our first time traveling as a family, especially for him. So this is gonna be interesting. But sorry. Yeah, I'm still kind of recovering from the trip. I kind of went to the trip kind of almost getting better for being sick. I had like a cold or something, and then like drinking and staying up late and ATVing, like that shit had a toll on my body. And like literally the next day, like dude, I wouldn't say I had a hangover, but my body was like, I need a break. I had to take Monday off from work because I was just too fucking exhausted, dude. I was so fucking tired.
43.
Yeah. That age creeped up on me quick.
Damn.
But yeah, so God, I feel like something's happening this weekend. Oh, Halloween's coming up this weekend. So we're going to it's on Monday, but we're going to some friends' place for Halloween. We're gonna be dressing up. It's gonna be Sebi's kind of like first Halloween where he's kind of aware of things. So we might do a little trick-or-treating around my friend's neighborhood because last year the neighbors were doing stuff, so we'll probably maybe participate in this. But yeah. And his daycare is doing something on Monday, which is kind of cool. So right now, he's been dressed up as like different characters every day this week because he has like pajamas.
Different characters of Batman. Is that what you're saying? Different versions of Batman. Why are we lying?
He was Buzz Lightyear. He was Buzz Lightyear today. Tomorrow he's gonna be Woody. Probably on Friday he's gonna be Batman, and then Monday he's gonna be a skeleton. But he also have like this kid's got a lot of costumes right now. He's got a mummy costume. I mean, a lot of it's just his PJs or just characters that he can just wear and they look like costumes. But yeah, looking forward to it and see how things go. But other than that, just chilling. What about you guys?
Cronus, what you got circulating going on this weekend?
I'm perfecting the art of riding a Peloton bike with one leg.
Damn.
I'm literally doing that. Yeah, it takes a lot of coordination to ride a bike with one leg. But yeah, I'm doing it. I'm utilizing my Sano, and usually on Thursdays and Fridays I do jiu-jitsu, but I can't drive, so I can't go to jiu-jitsu tomorrow or Friday. So that sucks. I'll just have to hop on the bike and hop in the sauna and play a whole bunch of Gotham Knights, apparently. So
apparently so.
It was your right leg. God, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, it's my right leg. So yeah, I can't. Somebody was like,
"Can't learn how to drive with the left."
Just drive with your left leg. I'm like, no, bro. Listen.
No, yeah.
When I had my wrist surgery on my right hand, just taking a piss on my left hand was fucking super sketch. All right, there was a bunch of times where I had to clean up a whole bunch of piss. I was just like, because just try wiping your ass with your non-dominant hand. Try wiping your ass with your non-dominant hand. You see what I'm talking about? It's you think like you're all good until you think you're ambidextrous until you got to do some serious shit with your non-dominant hand. So yeah,
you know what's weird? Kind of a little side note. Is it weird for you guys to drive with no shoes on? Like it felt like you have less control of the car.
Yes, even with like sometimes with flip flops too. But I can go flip flops.
Yeah, like I need to wear sneakers. I can't. Every now and then I'll take my shoes off, like in case my feet like super fucking hot or something like that. I'll take my shoes off, but like especially if I'm traveling long distance. But I can't. I feel like I have no control of my car if I have no shoes on.
Well, it's weird
because
go ahead.
For me, it feels like the pedals are too small.
Yeah,
it feels like It feels like my foot and pedal both are too sensitive. Like when I'm trying to like press down and like let up, it's just like feels like there's just so much more space and like pressure I got to use or not use. It's fucking weird. Yeah, it's because we're just used to having things on our feet all the time.
yeah.
Another
weird thing I noticed.
I think what it is because like when I'm driving, I set my shoe on the ground and I press my toes forward. But when I don't know anybody who puts like their whole entire foot on the pedal, but you kind of have to when you're driving with no shoes on.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Maybe I have like a hole in my carpet from my shoe just being in that one spot every fucking time.
Yeah. Well, I got one of those like carpet things, like rubber things. Yeah. Anyway, I'm looking forward to getting comic books tomorrow. And reading more because I'm like caught up on most of them. I'm super into like Batman right now. I mean, I've been into Batman for a while, but they've been the Beyond the White Knight, the new Batman Beyond, and just the Batman normal comic with Failsafe. Y'all got to read. Basically, Bruce Wayne made fucking Ultron.
He named it Failsafe.
Yeah, so named it Failsafe.
He stole the AI. So he made the AI for Destiny. Is that what they're trying to say?
What he did was like he made a failsafe in case he made a failsafe to his fucking failsafe. This is crazy. So Batman made a failsafe in case he was like, in case he got taken over or did start doing bad shit. And so he made a failsafe just for him. But the failsafe also involved the rest of the Justice League because if he was, compromised, then the Justice League might be too. So within failsafe, he has like the failsafe for like everybody in the Justice League. So he's just like fucking up everybody. But then also he has the state of mind of, well, I need a failsafe to the failsafe. So he basically has like a whole nother person in his brain, a whole different personality in his brain to like take care of. He basically just like deletes Bruce Wayne and he becomes like this whole other person. So yeah, it's a really cool run. I'm not caught up on it obviously because I'm like 2 weeks behind on everything at this point because I have to get comics shipped to me. But yeah, it's a really cool run. Blue, I think you'll like it.
Yeah, I think I've seen some coverage about that, and I was like, yeah, that's actually pretty fucking dope. It says it's Batman's new doomsday-like villain.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm just catching up on some of this Halloween stuff. I'm trying to watch the Solar Opposite
the
Halloween special. Yeah, I don't know if it's out already. I'm gonna check, but if it might drop on Halloween. Either way, I'm watching it sometime this weekend. Tales of the Jedi dropped today. I'm hearing it was all of the episodes because they're only like maybe 15 minutes or less per episode. So I'm gonna try to either binge it tonight or watch them in the next 2 nights. So I'm definitely gonna check that out over the weekend. I'm gonna be hanging out with some friends like Halloween weekend. Then I'm gonna see family because I'm gonna go to Sacramento and hang out with some family during Halloween itself. So I'll be kind of have an all over the place kind of weekend for me because I'm usually at home a lot. So, and then Cronus kind of sold me. Like I've been looking forward to this fucking Gotham Knights game. I said I was gonna get it. I kind of held off, but I think I'm gonna probably pick it up sometime this weekend. I was gonna wait till Black Friday, but I'm like, fuck it. Might as well treat myself.
Yeah, just buy it. It's definitely not a fucking bad game. Just
yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's cross-platform, cross-generational co-op play. So we'll see. So I'm looking forward to it. Everything I've seen so far, it looks like it's fun, and you can apparently start off as 4 characters, so you can replay the game and then probably have a different experience. Maybe.
Well, I mean, this is the thing is that you can just switch characters
at any time.
Not at any time. Oh. So once at every night.
Oh, okay.
So
that's
like basically you play the games like at intervals at night, and so if you don't like one character, you can just switch to another character at the next day. Or what you can do is when you start playing the game, you have that option to go to the training grounds. Mm-hmm. Do that, and then do like the combo system. Just like which one you could just keep switching, and then see which one you like more. So, but Reddit for me was the shit.
I'm looking forward to it. I plan on buying it probably Saturday, because that's probably the day I'm gonna have to myself. But that's it for us. You just experienced Black Times Infinity. Check us everywhere that you listen to your podcast with B then BTI. It's BTHA and BTI. Everywhere you consume podcasts. If you didn't know, if you're listening to us only audio only, we go live every Wednesday on YouTube, 8:30 Pacific ish.
Jump in the chat.
Yeah, jump in the chat. We do live chat as well. You can be part of the conversation. Ask questions. Just don't be stupid. Or I'm sorry, don't be dick. There you go. It's even better. We have a Discord. You can email us at bthenbti@gmail.com. We have our official website, benheadproductions.com/bthenbti. And then we're on most social medias. Well, the big ones, I guess. Instagram, Facebook, whatever.
We're not on Truth.
Facebook with it. We're not on Kanye West's platform.
I mean, neither is he, apparently.
I guess apparently he's trying to buy Parler. So
he was trying, but now he's
he can't afford it.
He lost 75% of his fucking net worth. So
dang. All right.
Happy birthday, Lilith. It's in 2 days.
There you go.
She turns 20. Fucking weird.